wish we knew before we had the fire. I wish we knew. Stuff was so expensive that I wish we would have looked into how much it would actually cost to rebuild this day and age. And I'm glad we ended up going with Northtown Insurance because they ended up helping us and upping our coverage right before the fire happened. Because if we wouldn't have, we would have been out of luck.
I'm Elizabeth Powell.
And I'm Ryan Griffith.
I had met Lisa and Aaron through various events, networking events here in Spokane. We had a bit of an issue with one of our current agent, and so we knew that Northtown Insurance had a great reputation here, and so we went ahead and reached out and said, hey, how can you help us with this? Can you tell me if this is normal? Is there something that you could do differently for us? Aaron went ahead and went through the policy with us item by item, and he had such great suggestions, things that had never been talked about with us, things that really made us feel like, oh man, Northtown Insurance is very knowledgeable about what they are doing. Throughout the process, we never once felt like we were being pressured into taking any sort of coverage. We really felt more like, wow, they really care about what this policy looks like. They really care about what the end result is and if we're covered or not. The day of the fire, Ryan was working on a remodel upstairs and I was heading home. We got the notice that there was a fire in the area, and at the time it had been 100-degree days for several days. It was fairly windy. I think we had 40-mile-per-hour winds that day. We knew that it was something to be aware of, but with it being about almost 2 miles away, we weren't prepared necessarily to evacuate. We've had fires in the area before, and we did not realize the extent of the fire that was coming our way. Within about 15 minutes of me getting home, we received level 3 evacuation notices on all of our devices. By the time we realized that this fire was much more serious than maybe we've seen in the past, it was a little too late and we had to go before we got trapped.
Panic set in, and you should have something prepared to leave with, because at the time you just don't think of what to grab.
Right. We are grateful that we were able to get out what we did get out and get the dogs out safely. Our entire acreage, all of our trees, all of our outbuildings, our home, everything on the property, unfortunately lost. And first thing 8 a.m., we contacted Northtown Insurance, and they had given us some guidance about, how to move forward. They were incredibly responsive. I mean, it was a Saturday, and they were right on top of, getting back to us and communicating with us and told us exactly what to expect, when to expect it. And it really gave us a peace of mind that we could take that moment to breathe and figure out what our next steps were. It was an incredibly devastating event that really caught us off guard and really took us off our feet. But having Northtown Insurance, it really felt like they had our back. Like they really cared about what was happening. It was not a burden to them for us to contact them and ask for their help. Once we started the process of getting the claim filed, our adjusters were contacting us. Safeco, started reaching out to us, and Northtown Insurance, was there every step of the way, making sure that we were getting what we needed and making sure that, that claim was moving forward. Going into the claim and knowing that we were going to have to create a claim, I was pretty nervous. I didn't know what we were going to run into or what kind of obstacles we might have. But once Northtown Insurance stepped in and started, guiding us through that process and really showing us how much they understood the human aspect of what we were experiencing, I took a deep breath and just thought we're going to be okay. And, it's because we have this great team of people who are helping us through this devastating time. If we had not switched to Northtown Insurance and had the thorough review of our policy and put provisions into place that were going to protect us, we would not be rebuilding our home. We may not have as much coverage for a safe place to stay while we are recovering. We may not have recouped any of the funds for our outbuildings or for our personal property. Our life today would look very different. I can't recommend enough that, Northtown Insurance really is the reason that we are in a state of recovery that we are today. If I were to give somebody a tip about their home insurance, first I'd say check with Northtown Insurance, check the market, look at what it would really look like if you were to rebuild your home today. Go the extra mile of covering yourself in the event of a total loss. We truly never thought it was going to happen to us. It does feel like an expense, but at the end of the day, it is absolutely worth it. Even prior to the fire, I would absolutely recommend Northtown Insurance if you're looking for an insurance experience with somebody who truly cares. But even more so today, after seeing the care and understanding and the quick responses. We are working through that recovery, but we are absolutely going to have a home again. We're going to get to return to our property that we love so much, and we are really going to be okay. And we do really attribute that to the work that Northtown Insurance has done. to help us move forward.
Thank you so much, Northtown Insurance. Our lives would definitely not be the same without you guys.